What's up, everybody? So today we're gonna be reacting to a video called "I Lost Everything Gambling," and let's just see what he has to say.
My 4 year gambling addiction, how it ruined my life and also changed my life. So, going back to when I was 16 years old, I first realized that I could actually make money watching a sports game on my couch. And when I heard I could do that, it blew my mind. I couldn't believe it, not only because I was obsessed with sports, but just because how can you make money while watching your favorite NFL players? At that time, I was a Steelers fan, so I would watch Ben Roethlisberger throw it to, I don't even know, I forget the receivers, but I would watch my favorite team and I would make money. And so I first started doing $10, $20 parlays and I won actually. In
FanDuel and DraftKings and the other sports betting apps came out when I was about 18. I was just getting into college, and I was only betting like $5 a game because with my little part-time job, if I would have spent $10 or $20 a day, well, and some days you even bet multiple parlays. If I would have been doing $10, $20 parlays, I would have been broke or in debt, probably in debt.
2019, I believe it was, I was on Fanduel and I was watching the NBA and I just took a random 6 leg parlay and it hit. And that was probably the worst thing that could have happened to me at that time because I thought I was going to change my life making $300. I thought I was going to do it for a living. I decided to not even try during my football. I played football. I didn't even really try during football practice or actually focus on myself and try and go to college and play football because of the addiction that I had. So it not only ruined like my high school experience, but it also like ruined my future mind because instead of going to college, I tried doing sports betting full time. And so I was working a job at that time. I believe I was working at Aldi's warehouse. So I was just on a
It's crazy that going becoming a sports bettor gives you more of a thrill than potentially becoming an NFL player or something like that. Not that he said he was trying to become an NFL player, but if you're going down the high school football, college football, the next step in the next step is the NFL. Suppose you know what I mean?
go kart, riding around the store, riding around the warehouse, putting food in this go kart, whatever, and then taking it to a certain aisle. And so I was making about $25 an hour at this time, and so I was just building up some money. I probably had made like $2,000, $3,000, and so I eventually started doing parlays. I actually ended up losing that 2,000. My dad stopped me from gambling, so he stopped the account. I was done gambling, and I didn't know what to do. At that time, I was like, dude, I can't gamble anymore. Like, I know I lost that 2,000, but the team, I shouldn't have took that team. Like, why would I go with Jordan Poole and the Wizards? Like, it just didn't make sense. Why would I go with that team? And so I asked my friend, he was also a gambler. He was my same age. I think we were maybe 17, 18. I asked him if I could gamble through his account. And so I started betting through him, probably 20, $30. And yeah, I was losing.
I don't think he should refer to just random friends that use FanDuel. I don't know if that's what he's doing, but just random friends that use FanDuel or DraftKings occasionally as also a gambler, because that's almost every person in Gen Z uses these apps sparingly, at least, or at least has them on their phone. So maybe he's referring to him as that, but you gotta separate yourself from. If you feel like you're a gambler, like an addict gambler, don't say they're also a gambler.
Most of the time I wasn't really making money, but I always thought I could make money. Even though I lost, I knew there was a reason why I lost. And I was like, I can do this. I know I can do this. I just got to get over the hump. I can't be greedy. But every single time I would turn $10 into 200, I would put all 200 on one team and it would lose. And I just kept on doing it. But then after I lose, I kept on telling myself that I wasn't going to do that the next time. And that the next time I added money, I wasn't going to do that, whatever I did again, but the addiction was speaking. And so I eventually like lost a decent amount with him. I paid him, but I owed him 200. And I mean, Caden, if you're watching this video, man, I appreciate you. I love you, bro. I haven't talked to you in a while, but I appreciate that, man, because you really didn't care about the 200, and you were like, oh, I'll just pay it off for him. So I appreciate that, man. But yeah, so after betting with him, I lost.
Pay it off. Did you have like some type of debt in FanDuel? How does that even work?
Lost with him, and so I moved on. I think I maybe quit maybe for about 3 months. I don't even know how I quit because I was addicted, but I probably stopped. Maybe I didn't stop. Oh yeah, so I didn't stop actually. So after that, I went to my second friend, Joe. If you're watching this, Joe, I love you, bro. But basically, I started working landscaping with my dad, making $17 an hour, and so I would save that up. I think I worked 3 months in the summer just doing that with him, saving up the money. But at the same time, now I was about 18, and so I started betting through Joe, my second friend, since Caden I lost with. And so I started betting through Joe. We got into the online casino. And so when we got into the online casino, it just got worse and worse and worse. Instead of sports betting and just being smart, that's like smart betting, we went into an even riskier side of gambling, and that was the online casino. And so I would go over to Joe's house sometimes. We would have a couple drinks, just sit down and gamble, play blackjack, spin some slots. And so that month, I don't know what it was. It was probably saving up from all the jobs I ever worked. I actually lost over $10,000, 10 to 15,000. I believe Joe's account was in the negatives at 10 to 15,000. Thankfully, I didn't actually have a credit card at that time, or
$10,000 to $15,000 in 1 month. That's crazy.
have a loan, so I didn't have to
I think there's gonna be a lot of Gen Z people just like him because of the Twitch streamers that are promoting the online gambling. And if they're paying the Twitch streamers millions of dollars, and there's multiple Twitch streamers receiving millions of dollars, they're getting it from the fans, the Gen Z young fans that are betting. Whew, $10,000 to $15,000 in 1 month.
pay it off. It was already money that I made, but still, like I saved up that money. All that time I spent working hard was just blown away from gambling. And that's what gambling can do. So at that time, I lost, but I still believed that I could make money. I don't know what was going through my mind, but I still believed it. And I don't know. It's just the addiction speaking. It was always my mindset and my personality. Like, I truly believe to this day I'm not a bad gambler. It's just I get greedy. I get way too greedy. My win percentage, I guarantee, was probably maybe 50, 55%, which would even be even or profitable at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, I lost over 100,000. We're gonna get to the story. So
You see, don't even know. I've lost a fair amount of money trying to trade, and I know that it's probably possible, and it's probably possible to be a winning sports bettor. I'm not making the two equivalent, but you can't say that just because you have a decent win rate and all of this stuff that you could be a winning gambler or whatever. If you feel like you have some type of addiction, you just have to ignore it all together. The fact that you're even focusing on the win rate and all of this, it makes me feel like you potentially can go back.
after that, it's about 10 to 15,000 dollars, maybe $20,000 negative. I'm 18 years old, and so yeah, I go back to it again after losing with Joe, but this time I believe the app called Fliff came out, where you only have to be 18 wherever. So now I could personally gamble from my own phone using Fliff, the app, because you only had to be 18. And so I would add my own money. And how I was making money now was social media. Um, my cousin's roommate is actually a professional gambler, and he does gambling full time. And I was looking up to him. I would actually use his picks and I would post them on my TikTok, and I would go viral. I remember my first video hit like 100K views. I was so excited. And I remember from that video, I made like $1,000. And that was like the first ever time I made money online. And it was pretty crazy because I was like, wow, I just made $1,000 in a week. I don't have to go to a job. I don't have to be at a certain place at a certain time. I can make
I wonder if he was mad that you posted his. How come he didn't teach you how to bet in the first place, or at least steer you away from spending money the way you were spending money? It you're he could have helped you out a lot.
money from my phone. So I started posting on social media. And I always knew what I was doing with social media because I really don't care what people think about me. And I kind of know how to get views. I know how to get those haters to speak in the comments. So it gets pushed out to more people. And then the more views, the more sales, the more people you make money from or you're able to sell a product to. So it kind of worked like that. And so like I basically started saving up money from social media. And I believe when I was 18, I might have made 10, 15, 20K. I also made money from my graduating from high school. But yeah, that's lost as well. So I probably lost maybe another 20,000 from Fliff. At this point, it was just like, what am I doing? I don't know why I keep on going back to it. But I just kept on going back year after year after year, being addicted for 4 years. And I had to get sent to Gamblers Anonymous. But
Mm.
yeah, so going back to it, I graduated high school. During my high school graduation, my cousin bet me $200 that I was going to twerk on stage in front of 40,000 people. I mean, I only do it once. Why not? I was like, $200. Why not? I remember I did it. I'll put up the video here if you don't believe me. But yeah, I did it. They paid me 200, my cousin, and I actually put that 200 on a soccer game, I believe, probably at like 2 in the morning when I was drunk and lost that 200. So yeah, it's gone. So maybe I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, so I lost that money and I graduated high school thinking that I was going to become a professional gambler. Like, truly inside of me, I thought I was going to become a professional gambler. So I started doing social media, posting online. I actually blew up overnight posting on social media somehow. And that year, I believe I did 50 to 60 grand off social media the first year out of high school. And so all that money, I put about 30,000 in crypto. It's all the way down to about 2,000, so that's another 28,000 loss. So for
Jesus. What type of crypto was he putting his money in? He had to be like he was falling for every single thing in the book. It's almost it's people love to talk about nepo babies and all this and all this stuff. Uh, I'm getting the little bit of the nepo stuff. Not that he has any nepotism going on here, but the sports betting thing where he has a family member who does it. I think he said his uncle. If he got him he gave him the pic to put on Instagram or whatever social media he posted it on to, and then he made $1,000 off of that social media post. So get earning money so easily just lets you lose money way easier in this type of environment we are in now. And this type of environment we're in right now, it like there's so many things that are scams. I don't know if you guys remember NFTs. He might have invested in something like that. All of the rug pool YouTube scams, he might have invested in that. The like I said, the Twitch streamers who push these online casinos, he probably got pushed into that. Being be if you grow up with a little bit of money and you're given some money, if you try to go out here and try to make a way for yourself, all you're probably gonna see the easy stuff first, And the easy stuff is all scams, and you just lose all the money that fast. $30,000 into $2,000 that fast. Ten to $15,000 he spent in 1 month in online casinos that fast. You might wanna you might wanna start off from the bottom in this with all this crazy stuff.
Those 2 3 years being a gambler, I lost what 30 40K, and then the extra 28,000, that's about 60,000 right there. And then the extra 20 or 30,000 that I made from social media was blown on sports betting again. Once again, I went back to Fliff, I went back to DraftKings, and I lost it again. And it's sad. I got sent to Gamblers Anonymous. I just growing up, I told my dad, I had many talks with him, telling him I was done gambling.
See, and I see what happened there. You started off gambling, you figured out the gambling wasn't working. You went to crypto to try to find another way, and the crypto didn't work. And now it's back to the gambling. You're like the when I tried to do it the right or smart way with the crypto, it I lost just as much money I did with gambling. So why not try the thing that I was actually good at, just doing the wrong way? And
Gambling 6 to 7 times. It's truly an addiction, and I'm here to face it. I finally quit after being addicted for 4 years, and my life has completely changed. I'm waking up every day and chasing my dream rather than chasing my addiction. And I kind of want to make like a shirt or a brand called Chase Your Dream, Not Your Addiction, because it's so true. Nowadays, it's just very hard, especially if you're watching this and you're my age, even 20 to 25. There's so many temptations
hmm
in this world. This evil world is out to hunt you down, and it's very hard not to escape from them. We're the mouse, they're the trap, and it's very hard not to walk around that trap unless you find God or you find just that inner self denial and that self discipline, because it truly is never going to happen. All those addictions that you have, you're never going to quit. You truly won't.
I sincerely hope he doesn't find his way to trading. He's been off gambling and all and the crypto and all that. If somebody comes in and pitches him trading, he might lose more than he's ever lost. Cause it makes you feel like you're doing the smart gambling thing, which he well, not even gambling. It makes you feel like, even though it is gambling for the most part, but he felt like sports betting was better than online casino betting. He said it's smart betting. And now, if you think that's above that, you might think trading's above that. And now we're gonna put even more money into this, and especially if you turn $10 into $50, and then $50 into $200, and then you want to spend the whole $200 in one go, you're gonna get murdered. And that's another thing in this um environment we're in, that can come to just extract your money.
Bro, unless you want to, or if you just there's always a way to escape it, but most of the time we don't take that narrow path. We take the wide path that everyone else takes, and it takes us down that evil road. It takes us down that unsuccessful road. And so I'm here to just share my story and hopefully help others quit their addiction, chase their dream. I'm now chasing my dream of marketing and selling products online. And honestly, you truly wouldn't even believe what is happening to my life if I told you like the exact amount of money. I'm not going to share that. It's a little personal, but like it's not even about the money. It's just about the freedom, the happiness that I feel. I can actually go to bed at night and feel good about myself now. I don't have to regret the decisions I made that day. I feel like I was productive and actually did something in my life. I would wake up most of the time hungover, where I lost money that previous night and just not feel like getting up out of bed. Like I truly didn't want to be here, to be completely honest. And it's sad to say that, it truly is, but that's what addiction will do to you. And gambling is a very sneaky and secret addiction that most people don't share, most people don't speak about. And that's why I'm making this video at the end of the day. And sports betting is just getting to younger and younger generations. As the years are going on, it's getting more and more popular, and more young kids are getting into it, which is just wrong. It truly is. So I appreciate everyone watching this video. I hope I helped in some way sharing my story, and I hope I can motivate you to quit.
All right, I'm thinking that's the end of his story, and let me know what you guys think about it. There's a lot of things out to get young people these days, and it doesn't look good for most of us. I'm out.